Good afternoon, everyone. How are we all today? I'm fabulous. Thanks for asking. My name's Anita, and I'm a Peer Mentor Resources Officer at SBHQ. Over the next couple of weeks or months, depending on how much time we have, I'm going to introduce you all to our Peer Mentor Resource Officers. We have been doing this for about a year now, and today I'm speaking with Brendan. We have a lot in common. Hey, Brendan.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, how you doing today?
Good, thanks.
Excellent. We have a lot in common because we both grew up in regional towns, and we're now regional peer mentors. Whereabouts are you based, Brendan?
So I'm based regionally on the Sunshine Coast.
Lovely. Yeah. I'm a little bit more west in Kingaroy, but it's fabulous that we can talk together today. You know, the one thing that we're probably never going to do together is camp. I am absolutely fascinated that you camp. Brendan, what is that? I mean, how did that even start?
It's true. I do camp. So I've actually been camping since I was a wee little tot, a little baby. So my family have gone away to places like North Stradbroke during the school holidays and things like that. And we started in a big family tent, and then as we all started having our own families and things, we've graduated to staying in caravans and things like that. And I still like to use my own tent and go camping when I can. But wow, that's how it started.
You actually put everything up, and because that's the thing that I find hardest. See, I don't camp, but I glamp. I'm all about the going out into nature, but doing it in a 5-star kind of manner. So I think the effects are the same, but it could be a very different experience. So whereabouts do you camp?
I totally agree. It can be a completely different experience, but one that gives you a similar relaxing feeling all the same. And somebody once said to me that they like to sleep under all the stars, all 5 of them, and that stuck with me ever since. I love it.
That's me. I love that person who said that, because that's pretty much me. I've been to some beautiful places in Australia and even overseas, and yes, okay, they're on a beach or they might be in a national park, but I'm not in a tent with the mozzies and the flies and the whatever. So, but you like all that, right?
Yeah, I do. There is something, don't get me wrong, I love to glamp too.
See, everybody loves glamping.
But I do like going camping, and there's something about the challenge of it, I think. Makes you, be more grateful for the things that we've got, like, running water and, convenience of things like the shops just down the road and all that kind of thing. Yeah. Whereas when you go camping, you have to have all of that organised.
Yeah, paying when I get into my cabin, and there's the fires going, and there's this massive bed, and there's chocolates on the bed, and that's my kind of camping.
Absolutely.
So what's your kit that you take, Brendan? Like, what's some of the things that you take when you camp?
Okay, I'm going to just give a bit of a brief rundown because I take quite a lot.
Okay.
But the most important thing, I think, for me is a checklist, because I'm terrible with my organisation and memory and things like that.
Me too.
So, but yeah, a checklist that includes things like your first aid, your water, your food, and obviously your things like your bedding and your clothes. I've been known to forget my clothes, believe it or not. So that's where the checklist comes in handy.
So you're really communing with nature on that
Absolutely.
one. So.
Yeah. It wasn't intentional, but that's what happens.
You didn't go to a nudist beach, you just made your own. So
No, I just had to wear the same pair of clothes for the duration of the trip.
see again, I just couldn't do that. I'm sorry.
I had no choice.
Jeans and things are fine because the more you do glamping, the better you get at I think at organizing your luggage and stuff like that, and how heavy it is and how far you have to drag it or lift it if you can.
And I agree with that too. It's the same with camping. You get good at organising where to pack things so that you can maximise the space. You get good at judging what's going to be too heavy for you to take with you. Like, maybe the tent might be too heavy, so you pick a different tent and things like that. Your bedding, all those sort of things.
Yeah. See, I don't worry about that. I just turn up, get off the bus. Somebody tells me you're in room 305, and I'm like, yes, okay, win for me. So what do you think? You've been doing this a while, right? So what do you do differently now because you're a little bit older, and no wisecracks because I'm even older than you are, but what have you had to change since getting older?
Well, quite literally, I've had to change the fact that I'm the one doing the packing and the cooking and the cleaning.
Yes.
But I guess they're those sort of things, and just being responsible for my own taking of my own things, my own bedding and clothing, appropriate clothing. Remembering to take a raincoat just in case.
Yeah.
And all those sort of things. Being responsible for checking of the equipment, for example, the first aid kit, or checking the cooking equipment and making sure that you've got enough, oil or enough food, all those kind of things. Yeah.
Yes. So there's great transferable skills there, like
Absolutely.
with your checklists and things like that, and I'm pretty much the same. I'm just doing it in a different kind of form. So do you camp on your own, Brendan?
I could, but I choose not to.
Okay.
Mainly, for me, I guess the point is, it's to get away, but you don't want to get away from everyone. Like you want to go with company and have some friends, and I could sit at home and be on my own. So, so I choose to go with people, for the company, but also in case something does go wrong as well. So, and that's where, if you don't have any family or friends that like going camping, you may be able to speak to your support worker base, whether that's an agency or independent support workers, and see if they're willing to come with you and support you, on a weekend camping trip.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Because sometimes even glamping, I need a little bit of assistance, things like getting on and off boats and things like that. I remember we were in Venice, and I didn't actually go for a gondola ride, which is something that, you're in Venice. Why didn't you do that? It's just the drop from the pier to the actual gondola was very, very deep, and I physically just could not do that. So we do work around our disabilities, but I think our abilities of resilience and challenge and just a sense of fun and community, because I love getting on the bus of a morning and going, hey everyone, how are we all today? Are we ready for some glamping? And it's like you say, it's fun. You've got somebody with you, so that if something does happen, because I went to Tasmania when I went there, I was on my own, but because I was in a group, it wasn't like, oh gee, I'm on my own kind of thing.
That's right.
So
and most people are willing to support and help, and all those kind of things. And also and also on those bus roads, don't forget, you can annoy the bus driver by getting everybody to sing "The wheels on the bus go round and round."
See, we've been on the same bus, Brendan. So I don't even know where are we going to go with that. I mean, really. So if anyone wants to know anything more about Brendan's camping or my glamping, we do encourage you to reach out through the association and speak with the lovely Emma on front desk, or go to the assist team, because we're all about sharing the knowledge, sharing the experience. I still don't camp, but I have a greater appreciation for it now, thanks to Brendan. Any last words, Brendan?
So just there are some providers out there that have come about because of the NDIS as well, if anybody's interested to explore that further. Okay. As well. And there are places like Daydream Explorers, Four-Wheel Drive Adventure Buddies, okay, and Wheelie Campers. Oh, wow. And there's also tomorrow, the 11th of December, going to be an online chat with a website called qorf.org.au. And it's about coffee and conversation. It's a chance to talk together with others from the outdoors. So that could be a really good opportunity to ask some questions as well.
Yeah, that sounds fabulous. Oh, well, I just ring up my local travel agent and she does everything. So, I mean, hats off to you, Brendan. So, look, we're in our Christmas shirts. We're getting Christmassy. You're headed where? I mean, you live at the beach, so are you going inland this year or not?
No, I'm going to the beach.
Okay. Yep. To a different beach. I get that. I'm also going to go to the beach, and I have a lovely accommodation spot about 700 metres away from the Kawana shopping town, and it has running water, 3 bedrooms, aircon, dishwasher, you know, because that's what glamping is. So,
I'll be going to...
Thanks for talking to us today, Brendan.
That's okay.
And we'll catch up soon.